How's it going? Didn't see you there. Yeah, well, I'd love to answer a few questions and really sit down and see what I can tell you about my lovely wife-to-be. Let's get started with the first question. First question pertains to what my favorite food might be. This is a difficult question to answer. I had trouble with this question. I'm sure Courtney will too. I would have to say, though, she might say that German chocolate cake, for instance, something that I have every year on my birthday, one of my favorite foods. Acceptable answer there. Perhaps lobster. A lot of my favorite foods are of the seafood variety, especially my grandmother Mimi's fish chowder, one of my all-time favorite meals. So, lobster, steamers, fish chowder, all of those would be acceptable answers. And you know, it's one of those things that's always evolving. It's a very fluid answer. It always depends on what I feel like. So it's a difficult one to pinpoint. But you know, be that as it may, those three things: the German chocolate cake, the lobster, and my grandmother's fish chowder, all acceptable answers. Good luck. Question is, what is my favorite date that I've been on with Courtney? So many. We've traveled quite a bit, a lot of weekends, going different places, just a lot of fun, and it's difficult to say. Definitely a hard question, but I would have to say that in the very beginning, my favorite dates were the ones where I came from Rochester on the weekends. I visited her while she was in Boston. You know, definitely worth the drive of 8 hours to see her. So those were definitely probably among my favorites. It was the very beginning, but I knew it was good. It was special. So the Boston dates while I was in Rochester. The question is, how do I like my eggs cooked? Definitely either scrambled or medium rare. The original question at hand was, if I were a cartoon character, who would I be? I had trouble deciding. I couldn't, think of anybody that really made much sense. So I changed the question to, if I could change lives with somebody who, whose shoes would I like to wear for a day or two? And, I'm going to answer that question, the one that I pose, by saying nobody, because I get to marry Courtney. That's right. The next question is, what would Court say my most annoying habit is? I misread this question at first and thought, what was Courtney's most annoying habit? So, this question took a little bit of time, of thinking time here. I came up with a list. If she doesn't hit on 3, 4 of these, I'd say this one's wrong. So, not folding laundry, gotta be one. Sometimes I don't wear my seatbelt. She loves that. She sometimes says that I can smell up a room. True story. Constantly asks me, well, I wouldn't say constantly. Sometimes she asks me if I think before I do things, so maybe that would be one. Being late, I'm on Tuttle time. She loves that. I would also say being too lovable, charming. It's a fault of mine. So any of those would probably be something she would come up with as a annoying habit. Question is, what's my least favorite food or foods? This is easy. She should be able to get 2 or 3 of these on no problem. Olives, mushrooms, meatloaf, and anything on the sugar-free shelf at Whole Foods. She knows what I'm talking about. So, olives, mushrooms, and meatloaf, and the sugar-free shelf at Whole Foods. I hate them all. The question is, what's Courtney's best quality? Tough question. I have to say that one of the qualities that stands out all the time is her ability to see the good in everyone and be the good. She's always somebody that is, epitomizes what she practices. She's kind, sweet, and she will be that way with everyone and genuine with everyone she meets, as well as with people she knows. So those, I'd say her goodness is certainly her best quality. Question is, what is the name of my first pet? I'd have to say the first pet, or the name of my first pet was Sugar, my yellow lab. I don't think she'll get that, but no biggie. Question is, by the way, great question, what would my mom say are my best qualities? Well, if you asked her, she would probably say, we don't have all day, what's the next question? But I'll share a few. My sense of humor, stunning good looks, and knockout smile. Next question. Question is, what animal would I like to be? That she should be able to get this. I'd say a shark. Really needs no explanation there. So that would be the animal of choice. And the final question. These are all sort of you're finishing with some home runs here. These are all meatballs that you're throwing at me. When did I know that it was love? That's an easy question again. Sitting on a bench in the middle of the summer of 2007 in the Boston Commons. Boom. Any more brain busters?